Hello and welcome to another Pauper video. I'm Cali Guys and today we're playing Poison Storm. That's right, we're going to give our opponent a poison counter with a card like Infectious Inquiry. I decided I'm not going to be playing Prologue to Phyresis in this deck, and I'm playing a bunch of ways to interact with our opponent. We have Breath Weapon and 4 Snaps in the main deck. This means that we should be a little bit less likely to die to Brute Scale. We also have Breath Weapon to clear the board versus our mono red opponent, Weather the Storm to continue to gain life, and then we can make a ton of Storm by playing the Snap, the Lotus Petal, and then just chaining off by using all of our proliferation spells. If you haven't seen this deck before, it uses Infectious Inquiry to give our opponent poison counter. We only have 4 poison spells in the entire 75. But we're going to continue to poison our opponent by proliferating. Things like Contentious Plan, Experimental Augury, and Steady Progress all give our opponent another poison counter by proliferating. We also have a draw 3 plus proliferate, and additional draw power in Lorien Revealed and Deep Analysis. With all these cards in the deck that draw cards, your goal is basically draw cards, win game, which is really awesome. And we have the ability to draw up to 48 total cards with all of these. I've decided to go down to 16 lands with 4 Lotus Petal and 2 Everflowing Chalice, where we have the 6 essentially cost reducers in the deck of Pentad Prism and Everflowing Chalice, since as we proliferate, we get extra counters on these, essentially making the proliferation spells cheaper, plus adds a bunch of mana to the board to cast something like Lorien Revealed. We also get to keep our Hickory Woodlot, Peat Bog, and Sabbers and Scary around because we never run out of depletion counters, which makes the deck pretty awesome. In the sideboard, we have 4 Dispels, specifically for something like Terror. Bring the Ending can be brought in versus Brute Scale, but also is good for something like Bogles, in which we want to counter the payoff spells, but also want to counter the Flaring Pain. We have Breath Weapon as an additional 3 of, so we can try to really fight against the mono red deck, and then Moment's Peace, which is quite good against any sort of aggro strategy. If you're interested in sideboard guides for these kinds of decks, or specifically Poison Storm, check out patreon.com/CaliGuys, and if you want early access to videos, make sure to hit up the YouTube membership option. Check out cardmarket.com, the largest seller of Magic the Gathering cards in Europe, and also like and subscribe, leave me a comment, let me know what you thought about this, and we will see you in the matches. We're here in round 1 on the draw. We have a pretty solid hand. We can turn to the Infectious Inquiry, so let's keep it. This is another reason that Lotus Petal is pretty good in this deck. Looks like our opponent's on potentially mono white. Let's play the Sappers and Scary and pass. There's no reason to hold up to like jam the Lotus Petal necessarily. I do want to be able to use the Lorien Revealed at some point. Okay, Mardu. So probably Mardu using stuff like, here, let's go Petal, use our Infectious Inquiry, draw 2. Okay, play the Scary out and pass the turn. They probably have Refurbished Familiar in their deck. They play a Lembas and draw a card. Let's see how they scry. Bottom. So we're looking to go Scary into land, Lorien Revealed. If we draw Proliferation, we could play out the Prisms. I'll just play the Scary and pass the turn. We can play the Prism and another Prism, potentially. Again, for 1 again, we're at 15. Getting low on life, and they crack the clue to draw a card. Plays another Rustvale Bridge. Okay, so now we have... I'm just going to, let's see. I can go Petal into Prism, into Weather the Storm. Or I can draw 3, putting me at 6, 9, 8 cards in hand. I think I'm going to pass here. Yeah, I'm going to pass the turn and not do anything. Next turn, I think I'll play land, Petal, Prism, into maybe Infectious Inquiry. I'm not sure. We're really looking for a proliferation. Any proliferation, we can really go off. Opponent plays Card Clan Shaman. Luckily, it doesn't do anything. And we have Steady Progress now, so I can play the Lotus Petal out, play the Pentad Prism for blue-white, and that gives me a Prism. I can use this Prism to get the extra mana for this one. Holding the W key means you don't have to select white. Play Say Done here. We'll just tap these. I want to not use these as much as possible, so we'll go Steady Progress. Zoop you. You go to 2. I have a ton of mana in play. And then let's see. Another Steady Progress. Okay, cast that. So we're building up this mana. They go to 3. Play a Lotus Petal. So right now, if we use all but one on each of these prisms, we have 1, 2, 5, 6 mana. So 3, 4, 5. Play the Infectious Inquiry. Make a black. Draw 2. Storm is 7. Now Experimental Augury is free because we have 2 prisms in play. Sick. Grab another Augury. We're definitely chaining off. And then I'll click all my things. This other Augury is free. Nice. I'll get a Contentious Plan. Don't really need the snap. And if I snapped either of the creatures, they could sacrifice the Krark-Clan Shaman to kill both of them. But I think this Weather Storm is going to definitely cause our opponents some trouble here. You go to 7 poison. Nice. Contentious Plan, alright, sick. We're doing it. Man. This is when the deck just like feels so good. This is turn 5. Okay. We don't really want to cast either of these things. We could use the Lotus Petal and go doot. I guess that's fine. I'd rather just go Weather Storm, gain 36 here, pass. They would need to double discard me, and in that point I would just discard these 2 spells, but the Weather Storm seals the deal. We take game 1, sick. So we don't really need the snaps, I think. I do think Breath Weapon could be pretty good versus them. I'm going to bring in the 4 Bring the Ending. Cut the snaps. Because Bring the Ending can counterspell their Refurbished Familiar and make sure that they can't leave it on the table. Breath Weapon can clear up their board and or get rid of Gorilla Shaman. Otherwise, I'm feeling pretty confident. This deck is built to beat mid-range. So here we have double Woodlot. We have a second island. Progress is fine. We could do better. I want to keep 7. I guess I'm going to keep. Just see what happens here. We're looking to draw some sort of artifact. But okay, we draw Scary. So let's play the Scary out and pass. Then we can play the Woodlot and hold up the Brainy Ending for a refurb. Plays a Lembus. Okay. I'll play my Woodlot. Here I could go Chalice, hold up, Bring the Ending, but then I can't use the Steady Progress. Guess I could Bring the Ending, then cycle for an island. This is an interesting position, but if I use the Lotus Petal, then I won't have the black mana for the Infection spell. So I'm just gonna pass. Here it's turn 2. I mean, this shows the power of the depletion lands. We already have 4 mana in play. Next turn I can just Chalice, play the Woodlot. Wildfire. Okay. I will go ahead and grab an island then. I think that's fine. I mean, they took us from 4 mana to 3 mana, which is not that different. Just play out my Chalice now. I guess I should have played the Petal, and then I could have steady progressed on end step necessarily. They Glinthawk. They're going to pick up the Lembus. And then I think I Bring the Ending the Lembus, because they're probably looking for lands. It also taps them out. Ah, never mind. They're just passing. Okay. Found the Infectious Inquiry. I'll cast that. Play a Woodlot. Play the Lotus Petal. I'm starting to pass the turn. Feel like they're working on a Pyroblast situation. If they double blast me, I'll just Weather the Storm here. Cast into the fire. Okay, fine. People tend to really go after your artifacts, but I don't think it matters that much. Synthesizer finds a Glinthawk. They replay the Glinthawk. They pick up the Synthesizer, I assume. And then what do they find? Bolt. Okay. Lightning Bolt. So we're getting in. We go to 13. Play my Woodlot out. And luckily I drew a 2 mana proliferation because now I can float the green and have the ability to Bring the Ending a Pyroblast here. But they have nothing. So I'll take the Vivisurgent's Insight. You. Okay. Now I can just Insight. If I cast Infectious Inquiry right now, I go back to 7 cards in hand, I'll be at 11 life. This puts me to 7. Then I can go Bolt, and I Weather. I'm just going to cast the Infectious Inquiry. I guess I Lotus Petal. I guess I just Lotus Petal Weather. Cast the Lotus Petal. Play the Weather. And now this Bring the Ending is a hard counter. Our opponent has 3 poison, so it's a hard counter. We're at 23. So now this 4 damage not looking too big of a deal. Synthesizer again. They find a Cleansing Wildfire. We're not going to do anything about that. I suppose I could counter it now. Depends if they go after the Scary. If they go after the Scary, I want to keep that around. They could try to take out the Peat Bog. They're just going to leave the Cleansing Wildfire. Getting in for 4. Okay. Plays a Glinthawk again. 6 damage in the air. Finds Core Skyfisher. Plays a land. Is going to leave the Core Skyfisher in exile. They really should Wildfire their own land here. I think I counter the Wildfire, go land, progress, insight. Yeah. We'll counter that. I don't want them ramping. It's better for me if they don't have the ability to play any spells. Play the Scary. Going to Experimental Augury, trying to find a Pentad on Breath Weapon. I'm going to take that. You go to 4. Done. Then we will just float a black. Cast Vivid Surgeon's Insight, or float black green. Draw 3. You. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We didn't get anywhere with that, but that's fine. Now I'm looking for a red mana. I've used 2 petals so far. We bottomed another petal. They get in for 6. I am now at 13. Plays the Synthesizer again. Another Bolt, which I imagine they cast. That puts us to 10. So the most they could do is put us to 2 here. They play another Core Skyfisher. Picking up the Synthesizer and revealing a Wildfire, which they can't cast right now. They pass. I think I try drawing 3. Cast this. Draw 3. There's a Pentad. Alright. That's what we needed. Land. Then we'll steady progress. You. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I think I'm just going to Breath Weapon. Kill all your Glinthawks. Pass the turn. They could still deal me 10 damage here with Core Skyfisher and double Galvanic. Or if they have triple Lightning Bolt. But they've used 2 bolts already. I'm just accepting that I could be dead here. They Synthesizer. Finds a bridge. They play the bridge. Okay. Core Skyfisher pick up the Synthesizer. Finding a mountain they can't cast or play. You don't cast mountains. They don't have it, looks like. But they could find a way to kill this Prism. Wildfire on my blue land. We get another blue land. Luckily, with the Prism in play, it doesn't matter if they take out the blue lands anymore. Find another land. So we'll just cast the... Just tap all my mana. I guess it is combo time. We know that we have enough in hand to kill them. Draw 3. Boom, boom, boom. You go to 7. We'll play the Chalice out. Using blue, just some of the non-blue. Cast Progress. You. Grow my artifacts. Cast another Progress. You. Grow my artifacts. And I'll just kill you with a Contentious Plan. Doink. So it looks like Poison Storm is better than Boros Synth. We'll see in round 2. Alright, round 2 versus Master Killer. We have a pretty good hand, I think. Keep. So why is this hand good? We have Peat Bog, Woodlot, Chalice, Prism, all this good stuff going. Our opponent mulligans to 5. The only issue is that we can't proliferate, but I still think that setting up our mana this well is worth it. We can go 4 mana to 3 mana. 4 mana. Yeah. Play the Peat Bog. Oh, we're on the play. Nice. Let's see what our opponent does. They're on Mountain, so Breath Weapon's pretty good here, especially on their mulligan. We really need proliferation, basically. But I'm feeling like I can draw it. Let's play Woodlot. So we could go double petal into Prism. I'm just going to play the Chalice out for the moment. And I'll pass the turn. We can use 1, 2, 3 to cast a Deep Analysis. They Synthesizer. Finding a Great Furnace. That's a pretty good hit on their mulligan. Plays Tomb Raider. Getting in for 3. We find Lorien Revealed. So I will cycle this. Grabbing an island. Play the island. I can pedal into the prism and then pass. And then I'm hoping that I find either proliferation or I don't have to breath weapon, so I can go 1, 2, 3, draw 2. They play a synthesizer, finding a mountain. I think I'm going to have to breath weapon here. Reckless lackey. Yep, I'm going to breath weapon. Okay, kill all your stuff. And they can't sacrifice the lackey because they don't have enough mana. We draw a scary, so I'll play that and pass. So from here, we don't have any more breath weapons in the deck, and we have to rely on snaps and our ability to play Weather the Storms. And end step, they discard a mountain. They're cracking a synthesizer for a land. And then they find a Tomb Raider, so gets in for 2. Need proliferation. There we go. So let's play it off of the scary. Proliferate. Snap would be an okay draw. Any other proliferation, like the draw 3 proliferate would be good. Okay, we take the insight. That's a draw 3. And say done. We'll go blue here, cast the insight. We're going to flow to green. Doesn't really matter. Okay. So now I found a chalice. Let's start with an infectious inquiry. Draw 2. Hopefully I find a weather here, because this is going to put me to 12. But you need to get the infectious inquiry going quickly. If I find weather off the top, I can chalice pedal weather, and that would be for 18 life. Land. We can play the chalice. And I drew the progress, so I can play pedal into progress and still have another out to draw the weather. And if I don't draw the weather, then next turn I have a ton of mana, but they are going to have me at 8 life with 3 cards in hand, which is pretty scary. We could lose from there. So if I do draw the weather off the top, I'm going to slam it and burn my prism. Steady progress. Okay. Another progress, so we have to pass. That's not amazing. But they discarded a mountain previously, so maybe they just didn't have anything good in hand. Can you deal me 12 damage? Sacrifices for the synthesizer, finding an epicure. Plays the epicure, we're now at 11. We'll go to 7 after the attacks. Do they have land bolt? I don't know. They have a land, so like galvanic plus fire blast would kill me here. Looks like they're passing the turn. So let's just tap some mana, use the steady progress, which is pretty sick because now all that mana that I used is now back because we're proliferating up our chalices and our prism. Okay, I'm gonna just draw 2 here with the deep analysis. At this point, snap would be an okay draw. I'm not going to play out the scary yet because I'm not sure if I need this blue mana off the island. So let's play the augury. We find snap. Okay. And then let's see. We can play the scary now. Snap one of the samurais. Untap these. Tap this for blue and the chalice. Cast. Drawing 3 cards again. Can we find the weather? We did. Absurd. Look at this. Okay. We play 1 prism. We play another prism. I think so. If we play this deep analysis, then we die to a galvanic blast. I'm just going to weather right now. And if they didn't try to kill me on their turn, I don't think they can kill me right now. Okay, 1 resolve. We're good. Just feels so good to be slinging spells. Let's deep analysis now that we are in the clear. Draw 2. Go to 28 life. All right. I can weather again. Sick. I'm doing it. I'm definitely doing it. Yes. Gain another 30. We'll go to 58. There's so much mana in play and a draw 3 lined up. Plus our opponent's already poisoned and at 4. Pretty sick. So we have exactly 20 spells that either proliferate or give poison. And we've used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. So we have 14 left. At end step, they discard and end the festivities. They play a land, epicure. I basically don't care what they do anymore, which is pretty awesome. They're going to discard again, discarding another end the festivities. Plays clockwork. They're attacking for 6. We go to 51. Easy. I find infectious inquiry. Let's tap our lands, cast the Inquiry, draw 2. I'm just going to float the black in case I draw another Inquiry. I feel like I'm probably bound to draw a proliferation. It looks like I did. So let's play Contentious Plan, and then I can use the floating black mana. I want to prioritize floating as much blue and having as much blue available as possible. That way I can like be able to cast all my spells. Our opponent's down to 0 cards in hand. Let's we have a lot of blue now. I'm just going to use the Viviser's Insight then. Doot. Proliferated everything again. We found a snap. And I can play land. I didn't think maybe that was necessary. You can just snap the Samurai, get that off the table. More blue available. Use it for the progress, which is highly mana positive now. Amazing. I have 5 artifacts in play that are just growing and growing. You go to 8. Another Pentad. I should probably play the Lorien Revealed first. Draw 3. Okay. We got there. Now it's just a matter of how much fun we want to have. I think I'll just make it quick on them. Steady progress. Grow everything again. Go to 9. And then I can just cast Infectious Inquiry. The game will end without me having to click anything. That's why I like to cast that at the end. We take game 1, which is sweet. We want all the breath weapons. I'm not sure if we want the snaps or not. We probably don't want the deep analysis. So we can either bring in this, we can keep the 2 snaps and try to tempo them that way, or use dispels to stop them from hitting us with pyros. But I think the better plan is just to try to dodge pyro, I guess. We surely want all 4 breath weapon. All right, on the draw, our opponent's playing first. Yep, we're gonna mulligan this one. It only has Woodlot, nothing else to do. This hand's quite good. Keep. We can get rid of 1 Inquiry. They play a Furnace. And Clockwork Percussionist. Gave me some sort of smiley face. Let's play Scary and pass. Another Infectious Inquiry is not really where I wanted to be. Oh, okay. They were sad. They gave me a sad smiley because they accidentally played something on their second main. Messing it up. They couldn't attack in for 1. I'm not sure if that's going to win the game or not. Let's see. I get in for 1. Opponent's on Gorilla Shaman. Okay, I'll play my Peat Bog and pass. I think on end step, on their end step, I play the Experimental Augury, potentially growing my Peat Bog. Then I can go Infectious Inquiry and get another land with the Lorien Revealed. They only have 2 damage. The nice thing about Poison Storm is that people don't really understand what you're doing. My opponent's having some difficulties with the interface, but essentially they accidentally unclicked their stop and they're not able to get in for their hasty damage. So they keep going to their second main, unfortunately. Lessons learned. Looks like they didn't do anything anyway. Let's cast Augury. So if they Pyroblast this, let's see. Here we just take the Insight, build up this one. On a breath weapon. Let's play Infectious Inquiry. Draw 2. I'm floating the blue in case I draw, but we didn't. I wanted to maybe draw like Petal plus something to proliferate. But here now, next turn, I can go Pentad into Contentious Plan into board wipe. They play a Lackey. They have figured out their main phase. Gets in for 3. Anything else? I guess I'm a little concerned that they might have a Smash the Smithereens or something. Let's play out the Pentad. Go blue for Contentious Plan. And if they smash this, I just float a red. Pyroblast. Okay, that's really annoying. Plays the Autonomous Furnace, getting in for another 3 life damage. We go to 9. Play Contentious Plan. You have another Pyro in hand? Not that time, I guess. Okay. Land. Play Experimental Augury. Finding another Augury. You doot. I'm gonna pass. There's a couple things that could happen here. If they like go Bolt, I probably Augury for Weather. They could kill the Pentad if they play land and tap out. We're gonna Breath Weapon here. We could certainly die from 9 to triple bolt. They're incentivized to sacrifice the lackey. Okay, they do sacrifice the lackey, so we're probably not going to get triple bolted. They're also going to get a card off the clockwork. Finding a bolt. Land. Nice Gorilla Shaman. Okay. It's not looking very good. Unfortunately, I really need a weather now. So I have to, and them hitting my cantrip with the Pyroblast was extremely strong because now I'm down on my mana. Having the depletion lands is important, but also can screw you. Let's start with an experimental augury. I don't like this. I guess I take the Lotus Petal. 1, 2. So the Lotus Petal I took specifically for Storm Count. Play the Peat Bog. Cast Steady Progress. We proliferate. We're looking for weather. Uncontentious Plan. Cast the plan. You get a 6. Did not find the weather. Okay, I pass. See if I'm dead. Lightning Bolt on end step. We'll be at 5. Okay, this puts us to 3. Dead to a bolt. Now, there's really no reason for them to wait for my upkeep, but if they do, and they bolt me, then I can respond with Steady Progress and draw a card at instant speed. So annoying. Okay. We lose. So snap or dispel, huh? I guess I need the dispels. Maybe I'll just bring in the dispels and I guess maybe 1 more dispel over 1 chalice. Dispel is, I think, probably one of the best ways to beat a Pyroblast for our deck anyway. This is close. We can play Pentad turn 2 and then not do anything, so let's mulligan. This is definitely a mulligan. This is kind of what happens when you are a 16 land deck. All right, keep. So we'll put back these 2, or yeah, I guess these 2. Hopefully we can use one of these. Our plan is to go Scary into cycle Contentious Plan. I'll keep, put back double weather, and then we'll start with the Scary. We're really trying to just draw lands. Great Furnace for the opponent, and Epicure. So we drew an Infectious Inquiry. I have to cycle for the island, play the island. 1 less land in the deck to draw into. And then I proliferate my Scary. Okay. Drew a Lotus Petal. So I can petal into the Infectious Inquiry. Then I don't have the petal for the Breath Weapon. So it kind of depends if I draw a land now. Epicure again for the opponent. No second land, gets in for 1. Going to just Experimental Augury, trying to find a land. Did not find a land. It's pretty bad. So let's take the plan and pass the turn. Opponent now has 2 lands. Plays a Clockwork. Getting in for 3. I think I will play out the Lotus Petal. Play the island. Pass the turn. Maybe I should just plan into a Breath Weapon. Or into a weather. Not sure. I really want to save the petal here for the Breath Weapon, but I also don't want to get... I don't want to die. They're getting in. We're at 11. Plays the Gorilla Shaman. Hopefully they go after the Lotus Petal here. Okay. Kill everything. So they get a card. Galvanic Blast. That's 4 damage. But they can't cast it this turn. We just have to Contentious Plan trying to draw green or black mana. Annoying. I'll pass. I think I'm just going to hold on to this Lorien. Okay, they Gal Blast us to 7. Blockwork. Just feeling strong over there. Playing very slow. I'll play the Peat Bog and pass the turn. So we'll be at 5. Once again, dead to double bolt. We play a Lackey. This puts us to 4. Sometimes I cheer on my opponent, hoping they'll click faster. They win the game. They had the good cards. We did not. We mulliganed too much. Maybe if I inquired earlier, I could have drawn into something. All right, we'll see you in round 3. Round 3 versus Luffy on Grixis Affinity, because that's the only thing they ever play. We're going to keep this. So how good is Snap versus them? Pretty medium. I'll get rid of the Snap. So we probably just want Peat Bog, Woodlot into Prism Island, etc. Don't know if... Okay, found an Inquiry. Play the Peat Bog. Has to turn. No fast refurb yet. Plays a Blood Fountain. We could see a refurb next turn. So I think we land Inquiry. This puts me to 7 cards in hand. Pass. Now I can discard maybe the Inquiry. They go Nile Spellbomb. Plays a land. Mirror Enforcer. So no refurb. Play the Woodlot. Pass the turn. Our opponent plays Great Furnace. Munitions. So that's threatening however much mana they have, 4 on any given turn. We'll play the Peat Bog. Pentad. And then we'll go Experimental Augury. Taking the Insight. And then everything here. We have to maintain the blue source. So I'm going to just cast the Chalice here. And then not worry about casting the Weather this turn. Or, I don't know if it's worth it. They ping us to 13. Drawing a card. So we'll be at 9. And then we can hopefully respond to that second Galvanic Blast in hand. Luffy's good at having all the cards. Plays Wellspring, draws a card. Gets in for 4. Reckoner's Bargain. Draws another 3 cards. Representing 4 damage, plays a refurb. We will discard the Deep Analysis. Draw. Got an Upkeep stop on. It's fine. Play Vivisurgeon's Insight. We're going to float the green mana. Done. Now we can progress with the blue. Good 4. Now my Chalice is growing. Kind of snap. Guess I can cycle here. Get an island. Play the island. They have no open mana. So we can snap the Mirror Enforcer. We can untap these 2 lands. Make a blue. Deep Analysis, me. Play a Lotus Petal. Okay, this feels like it's working out. Pentad. Nice. Steady Progress. Draw 2. Oh, nice. A Contentious Plan. Take me to Combo Town. I love it. You go to 6. And we'll just go ahead and play a ginormous Weather Storm. Sweet. We were at 4. Very close to death. Now we're at 31. Refurb, not that scary. Mirror Enforcer is in hand. Can't beat in this turn. If they have another refurb, we discard the Peat Bog. And we're looking to just cast a Vivisurgeon's Insight to start the game here. Another Blood Fountain after playing Mirror Enforcer, Krark-Clan Shaman, getting in, putting me to 29. Post board, they're going to have so many Pyros. An absurd amount of Pyros. I'm just going to put the Scary onto the table and cast the Vivisurgeon's Insight. Drawing some cards. You go to 7. Zooming. Okay. Done. 3. Make 2 more blue. Vivisurgeon's Insight again. You go to 8. Done. Play the Lotus Petal. We'll just play out a Pentad. Not for very much value though. And then play another Weather the Storm. Pass the turn. So they're at 8. And we have another Weather lined up. I guess I could have double weathered there. We're at 44. Discards a Cast Down. Yeah, you love to see it. Nice removal spell. Deadly Dispute, draw some cards. Gets in for 7. We'll go to 37. Another Pentad. Wow. Okay. Just gonna tap my mana. Play the Pentad. Play the Lorien Revealed. Draw 3. Okay. I'll play out the island. And play the Steady Progress. You go to 9. We have 5 artifacts on the table. Sweet. Go ahead and draw 2 more cards. Or 3 more cards. Floating a ton of mana. I can snap your creature if I want, but I think I'm just going to win the game instead. Draw 3, win game. Yes. Boom. Done. Okay. Got him. So the breath weapon is not necessary. We do like the dispels. Then we can trim on 2 snaps, maybe just 3 snaps. Snap clearly wasn't that necessary, but we really want to just rely on weather storms to get over what they have from threat-wise, and we need the dispels to stop their pyroblast from wrecking us. They potentially could bring in the Gorilla Shaman, but it only really hits Lotus Petal and Chalice, so I think it's fine. Could bring in Breath Weapon to clear their their refurbs and their Quarkline Shaman, but it's not that amazing. Okay, here we're getting bit by our 16 lands. Let's mulligan. This looks a lot better. So we can put back an island. Just lead on the Scary. Maybe we lead on the Peat Bog, I don't know. But the discardable card here is probably the island. Okay, especially drawing another Scary there. So Scary turn 1. They have Pyroblast mana available with the red from the Silver Bluff Bridge. Can't just jam the Augury. Plays a Swamp and an Ichor Wellspring. So we play Peat Bog and Augury looking for something good. Take the Lorien Revealed. We'll pop on the ear. And then if they tap out, we Lorien. If they don't tap out, we just play our green land and pass. Currently they only have 2 artifacts. They play another Wellspring. They did tap out. So what happens if I draw 3 cards? 1, 2, 3. I think it's fine. Let's draw 3. Play out the Petal. Pass. I think I play the Scary this next turn. Should I? No, I'm not going to counterspell the Deadly Dispute. Plays Nihil Spellbomb. Plays a Refurb. We will discard the Woodlot. A Mirror Enforcer. Mirror Enforcer. Yeah, they're good at that. Let's try a Contentious Plan. Done. Find an Insight. I guess we could just Contentious Plan again into a Weather. So that like buys 1 turn. Next turn we have Insight plus double Dispel. They crack the Spellbomb to draw a card. Plays Blood Fountain. I'm ready to discard the Progress, I guess. So we've used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Plays the Gorilla Shaman. I really want to get rid of those Lotus Petals, I guess. Cast the Insight. Holding up double Dispel. They didn't have anything. Play Peat Bog. I could just play the Chalice and then they have to kill it using their mana, but it doesn't really help. So I should wait for a turn when I'm going to use the Chalice for Storm Count. When it gets in for 11, we'll go to 8. Finding a Pentad. They can kill the Pentad. Let's play the Prism out. Cast Plan. Wait. Cast Vivisurgeon's Insight. So this ended up not really doing anything. Just make blue here. Blue black. They tap their mana. Doot 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 doot. Okay. We really need to draw a Weather the Storm or we're dead. Land. Okay, it looks like we die. So what do I want to do? I guess I'll get rid of the Chalices and bring in the Snaps. That sounds right. Fluffy's good at that multi-enforcer start. Okay. Stand doesn't really go anywhere. It has good mana, so I'm keeping. Peat Bog go. As soon as we draw a Proliferation, we're good. They play a tap land. Okay, so we can go land, pass. They play Great Furnace, hopefully they tap out. Plays a Refurb. We'll get rid of the Snap. My turn. Play the Pentad. That gives us blue mana. And steady progress. Find Augury, so I'll play the Augury out. Then I think I take the Scary, unfortunately. Would like the card draw spell, but I need lands. Scary, pass the turn. Opponent plays Vault of Whispers. Extra refurbs coming down. The gross cards. They have 8 power on the table. It was turn 3. Play the Pentad here. At least we can cast our Weather Storm. Draw. I have so much mana that I can cast anything I draw. That wasn't very good. Let's play Weather. Maybe I should have held the island for another refurb. They tap off their red mana. I really need to draw 3 here. I'm gonna whiff though. I found the yes. Did not whiff. Insight. Draw 3. Do. Nice. Then we go Augury, trying to find something good. Finding a snap is not amazing because they have the makeshift. I'll take the weather. Then cast the plan. Woodlot, play the plan. Running out of proliferation stuff. Play progress. Play another pentad. Play weather. We gain 18, which is 2 turns. Well, 3. They Reckoner's Bargain away a land looking to draw cards. Interesting. Plays another land. Blood Fountain. I would have imagined that they Reckoner's Bargain a creature. Here now they're representing Pyroblast. Player land and pass. I feel that we're probably dead at the moment. They Reckoner's Bargain again. Best draw for me is an Infectious Inquiry into a Deep Analysis. Gets in for 8. Woodlot, not a great draw. Pass. Clearly the PFP does not understand that Affinity is broken as F. Plays Wellspring. They can draw a card off the Wellspring with the makeshift munitions if they want. They have 3 cards in hand. We're at 13. I think we're probably dead. Let's try drawing a card. They can just Pyroblast this and then be fine. Yep, okay. They got me. Okay, round 4 versus Artur Costa, who loves to play Burn or Elves. We will lead off on Woodlot, then Scary. Then we can go Prism Augury. Play the Woodlot and pass. I sort of feel like if the PFP is saying that Poison Storm is the highest win rate deck in the format, that they don't actually understand what's going on. Because is this even true? You just get absolutely steamrolled by Red and Affinity all the time. But I guess there's possible ways for people to beat those decks by playing a very large amount of sideboard cards. Let's play Scary and play Pentad Prism. We tried playing sideboard cards and still lost to Red last turn. Or round. Augury. We're looking for Breath Weapon or Weather the Storm. I'll take the Lorien Revealed as a draw 3. And your turn. They play a Synthesizer. Finding a Chain Lightning. Now, I can Chain Lightning them back. Sure. Yes. Kill that thing. Sure, man. And they cast, looks like Kuldotha, Finding a Mountain. Let's start with Heat Bog and Experimental Augury. Well, yeah, Experimental Augury for the little bit of proliferation. Finding a plan or Pentad. I take the plan here. And I have double snap. So I can snap a token, untap my blue lands, cast the Lorien Revealed, draw 3, snap another token, untap my blue lands, play a Contentious Plan, go ahead and snap a token, untap, we'll play Weather 2 times, pass. We're out of action, but we've gained a very large amount of life, and our opponent has a 1/1 in play. So you can see how Snap is pretty good at generating storm count. They play a Synthesizer into a Tomb Raider. Yep. That's 3 damage coming in. We're just looking for any draw 3s. We're at 55. They've got another Kuldotha into a Great Furnace. Tomb Raider goes back to being a 2/2. Find a Scary. An Augury. Let's try to find the poison spell. And a plan. Can't poison my opponent because they're not poisoned yet. Okay, draw a card. The templating on these is strange because stuff like Contentious Plan requires you to proliferate before drawing. Alright, we found a Breath Weapon. So we'll just yield until their attacks and hit off the Breath Weapon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're still okay. They're getting in. And I found my 1 of Breath Weapon, so kill your stuff. Chilling at 55. Play the Woodlot and pass. Another Kuldotha. Imagine if I didn't have that Breath Weapon or the snaps. Okay, we find a draw 3. To just draw off this island. Draw 3 cards. Okay, there's the Infectious Inquiry. We'll cast it, use the green mana, cast another one, and then cast another Steady Progress. Put you to 3 poison. I could weather again, but I just don't think I need to. So I'm going to pass. Storm is only 4. Okay. I'm yielding through the turn, taking 3 damage, going to 48. I think Weather the Storm is my most played sideboard card. Let's draw 3, or draw 2 here first. Then we will Insight. Draw 3 cards, you go to 5. I'm sort of looking for Pentat or something. Draw 3 more cards. Too many cards in hand now. Okay, now we probably need to play the Weather. Okay, here's a Chalice. They scooped the entire match. I love this. That was great. It was worth the other losses. We'll see in round 5. Round 5 versus Radev, 1988. Okay, what do we got? This hand doesn't accomplish very much. We're going to mulligan. Okay, this hand is pretty good. We have a turn 3 Inquiry plus Plan. Keep. Then we probably can get rid of the Lorien Revealed or another Plan. I think basically we want to get rid of... This is 3, 4 cards. I'm going to get rid of the Lorien. Our opponent's mulligan to 6. Play the Woodlot. Pass. I'm not going to play the Lotus Petal out just yet. Silver Bluff Bridge, so we're facing either Affinity or Jeskai Ephemerate. I think I want to just get this Inquiry down now. Play the Scary and pass. We did not draw another land. Multiple Inquiries in hand is bad. Looks like Jeskai Ephemerate based on the Perilous landscape. So we're looking for them not to have... Guess I have to plan here and just hope that they don't do anything. Okay, they didn't. Heat Bog. We'll play the Prism. Unfortunately, it only has 1 counter, but it's better than not getting it into play. Pass. Then we can Contentious Plan, grow everything. Everything will be chill. They're going to Brainstorm plus fetch? No, just Lorien Revealed. Let's see if they get a tap land. Ice Tunnel. What? It's a Grixis? Some sort of Grixis pile? Perilous Landscape. They grab an island. Plays the Ice Tunnel. That means they're holding up Counterspell. Well, if you're holding up Counterspell, I'll just start on a Contentious Plan. Because that's the spell that I don't care about the most. They counter it. I'll play Experimental Augury. Finding this Inquiry. We just need maximum cards, right? And then let's try drawing 2, hoping to find a land. Draw 2. We found the land, sweet. Pass. It's pretty hard to out-card advantage a deck that's built on card advantage. One thing they could do is get rid of my island with a Wildfire, and then I'm kind of stuck on very minimal blue sources. They go after the black land. So if you're playing against Poison Storm, the thing that's the most value for them is the blue sources. Another Augury. Let's just go with Steady Progress. See if they want to counterspell my weaker card again. They do. I will Experimental Augury then. Take the Insight. You. Unfortunately, opponent has not been getting very good luck because they had to do something. Let's draw 2 more cards. Alright. They're at 6 poison. We kind of ran out of lands. They've used 2 counterspells. Plays Augur of Bolas. What's the odds they have another counterspell in hand? Reveals Ephemerate. This is Jeskai Ephemerate. It's Jeskai Black Ephemerate? Confusing. Alright, I will attempt a Vivisurgeon's Insight. They did have it. Suck. That's really bad for me. So if they go Archaeomancer, I'm going to be sad. They go Drifter Ephemerate. I could snap the Drifter here, losing a ton of my good value. So I don't think that's something I can afford to do. I mean, the best draw for me is probably like a Contentious Plan. So I can go Prism, Plan, and then move on. Otherwise, I have to burn a lot of my resources trying to get going here. They find a Scred. Oh, this sucks. Play the Pentad. We cast the Insight. You play the Peat Bog. Can snap the Drifter. Then we can cast the Infectious Inquiry and pass the turn. Better for me to have them have Drifter in hand where they have to spend actual mana on drawing the cards. Ephemerate the Augur of Bolas. It sucked that they had 3 counterspells, but that makes sense in retrospect that they were just aggressively counterspelling. And it would have been better for us to have just not let them get into the counterspells whatsoever. I know Wildfire, so they might Wildfire my Peat Bog, giving me another island. So I'll just have 3 islands and a bunch of Pentads. Plays Augur. With 3 Pentads in play, it could be good for us. Getting another Ephemerate. So they can Drifter Ephemerate again. Can I win the game? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. So we go Vivisurgeon's Insight, then we have 4 mana left on the Prisms, and we cast Steady Progress and win. Unless they have a Dispel. Which, I'm not sure if that is that likely. Is it more likely to Dispel? Land. Cast the Vivisurgeon's Insight. You go to 9. And now we can actually play around both Dispel and Spell Pierce. Because you drew a Contentious Plan. You're dead. Doink. Very good. So we want all of our counterspells. We can cut the Breath Weapon, we can cut the Snaps, and then trim on. So I think I need a couple of Weather Storms, maybe just one. So that I have one more thing I can cut. I guess it will be it's either a Chalice or a Dispel. I'm gonna trim a Chalice. I don't like going fully down on Weather Storms because I'm afraid that they're going to be able to kill me. But if they don't show that they have a lot of power, then I might cut all of them on the play for game 3. Yikes. Not a hand that we can keep. Mulligan. This is much better. You can put away the weather. Still not very good. So the problem in this hand is that Steady Progress costs 3 mana. So we can't play Prism plus Progress. In that case, this would have been better as a Thirsting Roots or something, but I like that Steady Progress draws us cards. Play the Peat Bog and pass. Turn 2, we can go land, cycle for the island, and then Deep Analysis. Pass the turn. Oh. Could also Pentad into cycle for the island. Nah, I want to pass. So we'll yield until our opponent's end step, cycle for an island. They might do something here. If they tap out, we have Pentad plus Progress. Otherwise, I'm just going to try to cast Deep Analysis. They play a Cleansing Wildfire. So now we get to see if they have Dispels in their deck. Grabbing an island. I'll cycle my own island. And let's see what we draw. We have a Dispel of our own. So Pentad. Try Progress. Please don't have a Dispel. They did not. Yay. Okay, pass. Next turn, we have Vivisurgeon's Insight plus Dispel. They're just passing, so they could have Pyro Counterspell. I'm going to play the Lotus Petal out and go for Deep Analysis. We have a Pyroblast. I will Dispel. We're drawing. That resolves? Okay. Then I can cycle for an island. Since I didn't draw land, play out my island. Pass the turn. Dispel was good there. They play a Swamp. I think I just Deep Analysis on my turn. Just need more lands. Looks like they're going to Archaeomancer. Do they get back the Cleansing Wildfire or the Pyroblast? It's the Pyroblast. Stink. This sort of looks like they have Ephemerate Pyro going on. If they kill this, they Wildfire my land. Okay. That's sort of bad. I can try Deep Analysis first. I can maybe get a Depletion. Play the Depletion land. Play the Contentious Plan. Pass. I hope they don't think that we're out of basics. 4 mana. They're going to get in 5 mana. Looks like a Drifter. Oh, Lorien Revealed. Okay. Less scary than a Drifter somehow, because it doesn't actually add to the table. Gets in for 1. We're at 16. I'll go ahead and play Inquiry. Alright, so now we have Brain the Ending. Play another Prism. So if I plan here, they can Pyro it. So I probably need to pass. Cycles a Lorien for an island. Getting a glacial floodplain. Our opponent has not upgraded their snow-covered islands. These are the worst. Not a fan of the weird frames on these, but the art's okay. Play an Augur of Bolus, and what do they get? Counterspell. So they have Counterspell plus Pyroblast in hand. So we want them to counterspell something small. That way we can resolve a Vivisertion's Insight. We don't want to fight over the small thing because then they might maintain their Pyroblast for the other. Let's just plan. They go Pyroblast. Okay. 3, 4, 5. Cast the Vivisertion's Insight. Another Pyroblast. We will counter with Bring the Ending. I think if they have Spell Pierce, I pay. We're drawing 3. Doot. Okay. Play my Scary out. Trying to add as much blue to the table as possible. I guess I could have weathered there. I have a Dust to Dust. I'll play my Steady Progress then. Do you want to use your counterspell? That's annoying. I feel like Dust to Dust is not that useful against me, but they got there. They can just remove all their removal spells. We tried to get a basic, but we can't. I get in for 2. I'll play the Woodlot and cast the Insight. Draw 3. You go to 3 poison. Try an Experimental Augury. Bring the Ending or Prism. Unfortunately, I think it's Bring the Ending here. And then we just proliferate up. You go to 4. Play the Lotus Petal so that I can use the Bring the Ending next turn. On their turn. If they have an Annul, I will be very surprised. Pass. Okay, they have the Ephemerate. I've got a counter. If they resolve this Ephemerate, I'm pretty hosed. Alright, I'm just going to go to the next game. Okay, so Counterspell. Weather Storms seemed like they weren't necessary. Bringing the Chalice. Bringing a Breath Weapon, which can kill their creatures. I don't know. Got kind of hosed. Okay, Jeskai Ephemerate, we're on the play. This isn't great. I'm going to keep it. Play the Woodlot. And Petal. And pass the turn. We can cycle the Lorien. We can basically just... Actually, we can cycle Lorien off the Petal if we want. Going to cycle. Grab an island. Getting this Inquiry off right away is so big. Casting Infectious Inquiry. Okay, I will pass the turn, I think. With Island. Holding up Counterspell. We have a Pentad. Okay. I feel like I unfortunately have to Island cycle. I don't like that I'm really losing out on my draw power by doing that. And I can pass the turn. Maybe I actually play out the Lotus Petal. Because there's a possibility that they tap out for a Wildfire and I can counter it with the Bring the Ending. Plays Perilous Landscape. Okay. So we will cast the Chalice. Passing the turn. I have Dispel or Bring the Ending now. They sacrifice. Let's see if they get a Plains. They get an island. Cycles again. There's the white mana. Find Experimental Augury. So I think I try casting that. Hopefully they have Counterspell. We have a Dispel lined up. Then I can maybe use the Pentad. Pyro, we Dispel the Pyro. They have their own Dispel. Going to counter. And I'm looking for an island or a depletion. I'll take Scary. This. Done. Play the Scary. Pass the turn. Our opponent plays a land. I'll just cast a Pentad. See if they want to counterspell. It is definitely annoying that they ended up having Dispels in their deck and the Pyroblasts. They have 5 mana. They go for the Mole Drifter. They put the Evoke on top. They messed up. I'll cast a Steady Progress. See if I can resolve this. They have a Pyroblast. Well played, I guess. I used to play Serrated Arrows, which is quite good against this deck. I'll play my Peatbog out, play the Progress. You go to 3. Found a Dispel. That doesn't really help. Pass. I guess I could just... Yeah, I feel like this is just falling apart. Our opponent's over there flickering their Mold Drifters, having a grand old time. Drawing some cards, doing the thing. People are pretty efficient in Pauper nowadays. We actually didn't face Glee at all, which is sort of a surprise. Guess all the Glee players are celebrating Christmas. Plays an Augur of Bolus. Is that the second counterspell? No, just one counterspell in hand. 9 cards in hand that they have to discard too. They're not tapping out though. Play this. Play the Prism. Your turn, I guess. Best draw for me is the Deep Analysis. And that's sort of why I've been playing 2. I took one out because I was thinking I would have enough card draw, but it definitely doesn't feel like I do against these kinds of decks. They're getting in for 3, we go to 15. We have no life gain in the deck now because I took it all out. They have 8 cards in hand, they have to discard to hand size. We draw a land that doesn't do anything. Sad. Sometimes you definitely flood, and I think you need maximum amount of card draw in the deck. We would have been able to push through with more Deep Analysis. They reveal an Ephemerate. I'm getting pretty close to just calling it. I guess we could find some card draw right now, and then Dispel, they only have Counterspell somehow. Try Progress. They have Counterspell. We have Dispel. They didn't hold up Ephemerate. They just had double Counterspell. Okay, if I cannot draw cards next turn, I will concede. Our opponent attacks for 4. They don't really have to do anything anymore because their clock is good enough. You know, they have Ephemerate in hand still. Is this an Arcanemancer? Okay, they got me. So what did we learn? Poison Storm is not the best deck in the format, but it is pretty fun. I hope that you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next video.